da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. And somebody's trying to call me. Da 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 da. I tell you, what a day. There are those days where you just wonder, should I have gotten out of bed today? It's feel it's feeling like one of those days. Hey, Elaine, welcome. Okay. Okay, I love it. So let me check. I'm checking. Okay, great. Checking all my messages in the back channel on Clubhouse for those watching on the video. I will be right there with you. We are going to create for Jennifer um, a flyer. All right, Miss Jennifer. So this flyer is for print or for the web? For the web. So let me get Canva up here in the background and then take off my cover screen for the web. And where are you presenting this flyer? Okay, so I'm going to go to Canva Home and Instagram and Facebook. So here is a question about, is it best to share an item to, and Lisa, you'll let me know if it's not showing up, okay? I'm just getting this there and that there. Okay, I believe we're there. And I believe we're on the home and you can see it. And I know there's a delay. So we're creating a design. Now, okay, so now when we're doing an Instagram post and we're doing a Facebook post, those are two different sizes. The Facebook is more of a rectangular and the Instagram is more of a square. Unless you want to post the same square to both. Which do you want, Jennifer? Okay, so we're going to do a square Instagram post size, which you can use also on Facebook. I can show you, though, at the end how to adjust the sizing in case you wanted to then apply it to Facebook with the Facebook actual post size. Okay, so, okay, great. Do you have colors that you already have that you use? Okay, so I'm going to do some, okay. So are you going, are you going to want it in your brand colors? Okay. So right now I'm going to go ahead and show people how to, and we do this almost every week, which is awesome. I'm going to go to the home and I'm going to go to the brand colors, the brand kit, and we're going to set one up for Jennifer. I don't think we've done that before, have we, Jennifer? Brand kit, and I'm going to name it Jennifer. Do you want me to do Jennifer? Yeah, Jennifer Jones. Her Jones, just so I know who it belongs to. They allow me to do. Yay! That's awesome. Jennifer was just saying how awesome it is to see all of it and be able to watch it all on screen. So they can't hear you. They can only hear me. We'll do a logo later. If you've got one, you can send it to me, and I'm happy to. Anyone who comes up here live until we get to 100, then I'll have to start deleting other people and putting them in here. But okay, so brand colors. Do you know what your hex numbers are? Okay, awesome. Yep. And the next color? Black. That's easy. And then you said gold? You have that gold color. Pretty. Okay, we've got that. And title, we're going to call it personal brand. Is that your personal brand? Oh, well, there we go. J Rose Beauty. Cool. Do you have brand fonts that are in Canva or okay. That's something maybe you'll have before we get done then. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we've got that brand kit there. Now, when I go back to the design that we were working on, I go to recent designs. It's just an unnamed design here. Now, what we're going to want to do is on the side here, when we go to put a color in, you've got to be on a color, and then you tap on the square, and then you can go here. I've got my Canva Creators one on, which is my newest brand. And we're going to go and find the one that was just made. It's Jennifer Jones. It's down here. So now we have loaded in hers. So if you're doing things for other people, this is super great because you can do up to 100 different brand kits now with the paid version. So good. Okay. So what do we, what's the title or what's the name? Do you have? Thrifted treasures. Okay, so we're typing that in. We're just going to make it larger so we can see it. All I'm doing, I'm on a Mac, so I'm holding down Shift Command and the um, greater than arrow, and it makes it bigger. And I've spelled it wrong. Thrifted treasures. I like it. So we're going to play around and see what we can find for some fonts that we like. Now, is that the name of something that you're going to do over and over again, or is it like a one-time? Okay, so cool. So, what is your flavor as far as fonts? Do you like things that are bold? Um, I've got one up there now that's kind of it- and to my visual, is that too difficult to read, Miss Lisa? I'm asking Lisa because the one thing you want to do with, especially if it's like the title of something, you want to make sure that people can still read it. I'm thinking that it's pretty easy to read, and it's going to be easier to read if we do something like this, where it's like bigger and people can really see it. So, Lisa, thoughts on legibility? And I'm changing the line spacing. Yeah, if we do it that way, I think it's pretty good. And then are you going to do like, is this going to be clothing? Okay. So, I mean, I kind of like this even more for the whole clothing thing because it sort of looks like clothes almost. Um, and then elements. Let's get a shirt or blouse, maybe. I'd almost rather have a bold. I wonder what comes up for shirt. Um, well, all kinds. Or we could find, ooh, something. No, no, not like that. We don't want anything moving. We don't want mobility here. We just want graphics. So let me try blouse instead. Yeah, I thought that might not bring up exactly what I'm wanting. What I see, yeah. Something like this. It's not quite what I want though. sort of want short sleeve, so the sleeve is there. This one could work. Very elegant, just clean. Yep. So coming up with, um, yeah, yeah, that's what I want. So you'll see it in a second. It'll all come together. I go with the red, I think. Make this the red. Yeah, for sure. Mhm. Yeah, yeah. So for those watching the live, she's like, how cool is it that there's a Clubhouse room where you can interact and see it? Yeah, and how cool is it that we now have links and it's so easy for me to share that? What we had to do before was crazy. Okay. Yeah. So what I'm what I'm doing now is a graphics trick. Um, before you had like all the automated stuff of drop shadows. So I just created a drop shadow because there wasn't one already there. I wanted to be sure that we could see this shirt and it was like popping out. Okay. So, and we could actually, all right, I'm going to grab those for right now, pull them down here and work with them a little bit. I'm going to make it bigger so we can see it better. It's like, mommy, aren't we going to go somewhere? Oh, cool. I did a little bit. You could say I did. Yes, you caught me on that. The child just said, "Did she mock me?" I totally did. I mean, call me up on it, kid. Good job. You got a good one there. She got that figured out. I know, right? Shame on me. Totally. Thank you for catching me on that and catching me and letting me know I did that. Okay, so we're going to group these together. So now that is going to go back up there where we were. Let's go back a little smaller so we can see where we're going. Okay, so now we can put that up here. So there you go. You got a little logo and everything today. To group them or to move them? Yep, to group them. So I'll undo and I'll undo and I'll undo. Okay, so they're separate here. So if I move that, right, it's going to move it. So I'm going to undo to put them back together. So what I'm doing is I'm clicking and dragging across to grab both of those. And since there's no background picture or anything, it doesn't grab that. Now I've got them both highlighted. You can also do it by you find the bottom one first, okay, and tap on it, and then you hold the shift key down and grab the other one. And you can tell you're grabbing it because you can see it coming up with the highlights around there. And then you can group it up here with the group. I did it all by keystrokes, and I forget people don't do keystrokes like I do. Okay, so we'll pop that up there. And we're going to ungroup it now. And the reason we're going to ungroup it is because we actually want to group it together with the words. So I did the same thing, clicked and dragged across all three. It grabs them all. And then I'm doing Command G on my Mac. And it works in Canva, which is amazing. Now, this is going to move as one entire thing. So, and then that can be like your long logo. And then real quick, because we're here and we may as well, I'm going to go ahead and add that down. I'm going to grab this, copy it. I'm going to paste it down here. I could have just duplicated the whole page. I didn't do it that way. And then I'm going to actually ungroup this one because the second kind of logo that we need these days, right, is the logo that is, and I'm grouping that back again, the logo that's kind of like in a circle. right? And so we're going to create that one for you. I'll pull the shirt down and get it out of the way. I grouped those together. I don't know if you all watched that. It was just kind of happened all quick. Oops, I need to take that space out. Otherwise, it won't be quite right. And I'm going to pull this out to as close to the edge as I can without having it too close, because you want to make sure that it's not going to, that's still going to show in the circle. And I might actually even pull it into the lines. Yeah, the automated lines that are there, and that makes sure that it will show up in the circle. Okay, so there's the thrifted treasures at the top, and then we're going to go ahead and fill this out with the rest. Now, I don't know if you want to, like in this piece of it, we're going to go down till we catch that line on the bottom. There we go. And then we'll center this, and we're using the lines to do the centering. Okay, I'm going to pull it back so we can see it. And then I'm going to grab all of this and group it again, which means I need to ungroup first. Forgotten to ungroup this first. Whenever you want to group things that are already, sorry, ungroup, things that are, you cannot group together something that is grouped with something that is ungrouped. You have to ungroup everything first and then select it all to group it together. Otherwise, it just won't let you. Okay, so now that we have that grouped, now here's the other way to position it. We go position middle. So now we've positioned it, was already positioned center. We positioned middle, that's put it perfectly in the middle. And we can delete our background and then go ahead and find a circle. So that's elements. We're going to put a circle behind it. You'll have your circle graphic. Okay, I'm going to go with that one for it. Yep, that's what I want. And pull it out. We don't quite want to go to the edge, but almost. If you go all the way to the edge, it then becomes part of the background. So you can on two sides, but not on all of them. Once you get it there, position center middle. That way you've got it perfectly positioned. And then we're going to put it to the back. I'm going to go backwards. Okay, so now this one item is in the front. Now you can see you actually need to bring this down a little bit, even though, right, it was perfectly centered on the page. It's not centered in the circle. So you kind of do it one step at a time. Okay, so now we're going to ungroup all of this, which is this piece. We're going to ungroup that. So we're going to tap on any one item and you can ungroup it. So we've ungrouped that. And now we're going to grab it all and group it again. So now you've got your logo together and it doesn't matter where you put it, it's going to stay the same. Okay, so the other thing that I would do is now if you want to change the color of your circle, you can do that to like that pink that we had happening. And my groceries are arriving. Okay, so there you go. Or you could do the background and then have a white border. You can do whatever. You can also change the color of the shirt. Could be maybe the lighter pink and you could have a dark red circle, or you could just keep with the red and black. Logos with two colors are very recognizable. Yep. So, yes, question being asked. Did I memorize all the keystrokes? Yeah. How to group and ungroup. I've been doing graphics on the computer since 1996. Yeah, so it's just it's a second nature thing and I'm beyond memorization. I'm at what do they call that? Muscle memory. And so people have to slow me down and say, "Okay, what did you just do?" If they're sitting next to me and I'm working on a computer, they're like, "Whoa, wait, stop. What did you just do? How did you do that?" I'm getting better about now explaining it the more I'm doing this with people. Okay, so now for your flyer, do you want to use the long this one or do you want to okay. So we'll go back to your flyer. Do you want the background white or do you want the background the pink? And then we do all the writing. Okay, white. Awesome. Okay, what else needs to go on this flyer? Time. We're going to change this to a different font, I think. Let's go to something that's just really easy to read right now, and then we'll change it out. So make that okay. So 5. Oops. I need to highlight that. Great question. I hit a T. I hit the T. If I hit a T, if I'm off of it like this, and it's just on the background or off of it complete, I think on the background, and you hit the T, it brings up a text box. And it remembers the last text box that you used or the last text kind. Um, it it didn't pick up this other one though, so it's stuck on this thrifted treasures one. Um, and it's easy to. Then I tapped on it, and then I could do the drop down menu. Yep. So, and then I tapped a 5 in there, not realizing Bengali. That could be fun. What is the Bengali ones? Sometimes it's fun because you find something you wouldn't have found otherwise. And we want to make sure it's not going to clash too much, but I don't think it will really matter. Let's go with this one, 5. What time? EST. Okay. And you're going to do it as a Instagram Live? Is there an IG logo here? Yep. Just go with the first one for now. You can always edit that later. Why is that not showing up? Oh, because it's white, I guess. Interesting. Is that all? Yep, must. It's not showing up both those colors. Let me try again. Instagram, we'll go this way. Instagram logo. I thought they had one on, yeah, they have one on here. That's the colored one. Instagram. Do you like that one or the one with more white? The first one? Okay. Instagram, and then we got to get the word live. Live. I think if I have any food out there that I need to get. My groceries just arrived. Which live do you like? This one? You love groceries, the live one? I know, right? It's just so good. The camera. Okay. Instagram Live. Lining it up there with those. And then we could go a little smaller though, or we can go large. I'm not sure what your style is. I didn't go look at your Instagram yet. Yeah. So then if we do that, then you can kind of go here and then pull this on over. And because it's 5 o'clock, you could actually just do a 5 p.m. like that. Probably. Not liking that font so much. Just for ease of reading it. Yeah. So let's try something like that. Something very simple, clean lines. And then maybe if we do the PM, lowercase, and even make it smaller. So now I'm just taking, oh, nope, it's going to take it all down. Sometimes it will let me do just some of it, and sometimes it doesn't. There's certain things you can. Okay, so I'm going to do a few little tricks here. Copy paste. We're going to grab this to be the 5. This way we can like, sounds like the husband's taking care of the groceries. That's even better. Just make sure there's nothing that needs to go in the fridge, Mr. Miller. For those watching the video, hey, you know I'm getting my groceries. If you need anything, come on along. Might be something here you might like. Yeah, that's too difficult to read. Da 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 da. I forgot I'm supposed to be talking. I kind of wanted this same font though. This one. Noto, there it is. I'm like, where is it? Why is it not showing up here? Because Bengali's up there. Take that out of there, and then we can see what we have already in here. There we go. Okay, so Noto. It's being funny. Usually it shows up over here. Noto. Sans, okay. We'll go with that. All right, PST, 5 p.m. PST. Alrighty. I don't like that. Thinking over here. Now you can go to the middle. Thank you. Thank you for behaving yourself. Okay, what else do we need to have on here? A picture of you, which means I'm going to need to go to your Instagram and grab that. So while I'm doing this, are there any questions in the room? Any thoughts that need to be spoken? For those watching the video, I will repeat what they say in the room. Da, 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 da. And what often happens in the room is that people end up um, people end up leaving and watching on the video, which is cool. I'm good with that. We do open it up for Q&A at the end, though, so if anybody is jumping in the room, they can hang out and ask those questions. All right, so I'm jumping over to her Instagram, and I'm getting there by going on Clubhouse, tapping on her bio, scrolling to the bottom, and tapping on her Instagram link, which is so cool that we can do that. I'm following her back. Ooh, I do like your J Rose pick here. I wonder if I can grab that. There's no way for me to open that and grab it, though. So is there going to be a photo here that I can grab, or do I need to have you send me one? You could Instagram me one. I'd kind of like it to be the one that you're using as your profile pic there. If you can find that. Yep, send it via Instagram and I can download it, as long as you don't do it as a disappearing picture. Then I have to remember to like get it quick. So what kind of things are you going to be getting? Are you like going to go ahead and get different kinds of craft. So you're going to be doing clothing. So are you shopping from your closet or are you going to like thrift shops and getting stuff? So blazers, plus size stuff. She's letting you guys know what's going to be. Trench coats. I love it. Sounds like it's going to be a great one. So the other thing that you could do is take a picture of like a few things hanging on a rack that we could put here. We could put your picture and we could put maybe a circle with some clothes hanging. I could always just do a generic one too. Wait, is this you with the no, is this you? I am Jennifer Rose. No, in the car. Let's see. I think it must be. I'm just loving the smile that was on there. It was one that where you were doing some talking. Yeah, send me that picture with the big smile. I like it. I like it. Like it a lot. Like it a lot. Okay. Oh my gosh, somebody's just asking me on Clubhouse. So I'm also AKA the Clubhouse mechanic. In addition to doing Canva graphics, I do social audio. So I'm your visual and voice creator or brand specialist, I guess, visuals and voice. So she's asking me, why are all my notifications in Spanish? Yeah, I had that happen to me the other day too. So they're playing with some stuff on the server and things are coming up funky. Yep. They have just done like local locality or something, and I don't think it's working right. Yep. Okay. I'm gonna see if she goes out and back in if she sees it still. Okay. Yes. Okay. I'm gonna save it. I'm saving it to my phone, and then on my IG on my. Oh no, I can go on my IG on my computer. That's right. I could do it there. I don't have to do it on the phone. So let me go to my IG over here. Instagram. If I typed it right, it would help. Gonna grab her photo and then I will be uploading it. Do 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 do. Hold music happening. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Okay. Control. Copy image. And oh, this is a tip for everybody. So you can copy the image and then paste it right in without having to do the upload. So we're going to do the edit the graphic once it finishes loading. You'll know it's done loading when edit image comes up. We'll do the background remover. I'm removing my hands from the screen. If anyone knows me, if I forget to remove my hands, it doesn't work. This should work well to take out the background. Yep, it did. Took it out well. I believe, yes. Sometimes it does a great job and other times you get to touch up a bit, but I think it's pretty good. Let me know if you're good with that or if you want me to tweak it at all. Okay, so we're gonna actually have it go up on top of that. Why not? Okay, we're gonna tuck you down in the corner. There we go. So now, let's see. I'm gonna go for photos. So I'm gonna go to a photo. I'm gonna go hanging clothes, or maybe, see, we'll try that one first. See what we find. Okay. So we might have to put a notice up though if we take a picture like this, because they might like say, well, I saw this in the photo, and but if we get something like this, you can't really see what any of them are. We're better off with that. So let's just tap that on over here and put that here. Not sure I like that particular photo, but let's find something like that. The other thing that we can do is give it some shape by going into elements and then take out the live because we don't need that anymore. And we're going to go to down here to frames, if I can find them. Frames, we're going to see all. So we could like pull any of these shapes, and it's going to take a second for you to see what there is. So I'm going to give it a second. So we could pull some shapes. We could also put it like on a phone. We could put you on a phone. We could put you on a phone, or we want to put the clothes on the phone. Let's put the clothes on the phone. Okay, so I'm just picking them up and throwing them in there. Okay. Let me go back. So go to elements, and then what I did was I scrolled down through because I have the different kinds here. So you've got lines and shapes, graphics, photos, videos, audio, charts, and then frames. There's also grids, which could be kind of fun, but I think it will want to grid the whole thing. So let's just do an empty page down here and make sure we're active by we've got the highlight around the page, and then we'll grab one of these grids because that might actually be fun. We're going to look at the grids instead. And this is kind of a little bit of a hack, but what's the fun of this, right? That's the fun of this. Okay. So let's find a grid that we kind of like that's not too many, but it's got a few. And it's kind of shaped the way we want, which is if we look back up here, kind of want a little bit of a rectangle. So I'm thinking maybe these are all square grid. I mean, they're all going to be the full thing. It's going to make like a square, which could be, I think that could work. So let's find a square that doesn't have too many. Go back up here to, okay, yeah, I don't like any of those. That could work. Yep, that's what I thought. So we got undo that grid and put it down here. I want to make sure that's the active window when we put the grid in. Okay, so now we can go back to our photos and we could like look up trench coat. You said you had a trench coat. Any of these close? Stop. Do you blazers? Okay, so we're looking up some blazers. And they don't have to be exact because we can just say, you know, not exact, but it's just an idea. So let's grab this one, kind of like in that photo. What else? A blazer. Dress, maybe? Do you have any dresses? Leather. Leather clothes, not just leather. Leather jacket. see what we find here. As we scroll through and look for some different things. Da, da, da. Yeah, this one right here. Yep, so we'll pop that into that grid. Come on. Oops, there we go. Yeah, that's nice. That's a nice sequin dresses. Sequin. How do we spell sequin? Yes. How to spell sequin? Oh, we got it. We could go with something along that lines. That's kind of hard to tell. This one? Or did I go past something? Oh, orange and black. Yep. Let's try that. Show sequence. That's easier to see the sequence. Yep, that's good. There's also this one here, which is like another sequin dress. Although people might want that colored one. We'll have to just put some kind of like wee little note, or you'll have to put that in your description. Yeah. Shoes, did you say? Oxfords. She's been vintage shopping, y'all. Oxford shoes. I love it. So are these Oxfords? White with the black tip. Scroll down a bit. Yep. Do. I didn't put in the word vintage. Maybe I needed to. Oxford what now? Sling back. Slingbacks are showing up, but not the Oxford piece. Definitely not. Then we're into the buildings. So we could just find like a shoe, like a generic shoes one, like the colored. Yeah, like something like this, where it's just going to show. I mean, it's not going to show big enough for people to know, but they'll be able to tell that it's shoes. Is this one? Okay. Got that in there. All right, and we can tweak this later. Okay, so now here's the hack part, right? We're going to download the PNG. We're going to download only page 3 to the computer. And I'm going to download it as a PNG. I'm downloading it to the computer. Then I'm going to go ahead into my uploads, and I'm going to upload media. And I'm going to go grab that which is downloading right now, which will be here in a second, from my computer. Yep, there it is. And bring it on back up in here. So now I can use that. I'm going to make this smaller for right now because we might not use that in the end. I might delete that for now. Delete that. Okay, so now we're going to grab this as a graphic that we can now add into our photo. So you've made your own like little graphic, right, with all the different ones. And now what you can do is go like this because you're, cutting off the extra bits you don't need. And then you can move it around a little bit and make it a little bit bigger and get a little more of what you actually want there. And there is a flyer for you. We're going to make you just a little bit bigger to fill that space out nicely. We're going to grab all of this. I don't think I grouped it. Nope. So I got to move you to the back. So I've grabbed it all and you notice I've got you on there. I actually don't want you on there, right? So now I'm going to hold the shift key down like we were doing before to add them. I'm holding the shift key down now to delete you from the choice. So now when I let go of that and get off of it, you're going to see that I can actually group those together as just those items because I unselected you. And then I can pull all of that over and fill it into the space here. There we go. And then we're going to pull you back to the front because you ended up going backwards because the other things grouped in front of you. And then we're going to make you just a wee bit bigger so that you kind of are the main thing. I am going to go ahead and pull this down so that it's filling out that space and you don't have any blank space at the bottom. So there you go. The other thing you can do is this right here is now a graphic. So if you wanted that in like a rounded one, you can actually put another frame on there and put that within the frame. I'll show you what I mean, and then we're going to end this broadcast. So I'm going to just duplicate that page so I can show you guys what I'm talking about. So we have this, but we're like, oh, let's give that a little bit of shape. Because it's now an image of its own and not a grid, we have the ability to then put it inside of, let's take the grids away. We want to go to the frames. Da, 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 da. Go down to the frames. We're going to see all. And you can see this is like a circular one, but let's see. We've got some rounded edges and a square right here, or a rectangle right there. So we're going to grab that, and then we can pick this up and put it right in there. It's not the right shape. We need a different shape. So let's undo that, and we need it a bit more chunkered. It is a little bit limited in that you can't really, I was just wondering if we can move this one. We can. That's going to let us put it at a 90 degree. Let's put this in there and see if it's going to stay. I wondered about that. So let's see now if we edit the image, can we flip it? I think it's going to do the whole thing. Yeah, it's going sideways. It won't let us do that. So we'd have to do the same thing where we downloaded it again and uploaded it again. So that's not going to work. But we can go ahead and turn this way, and you at least see what I'm talking about. And then you can kind of like give it a little flavor here. So let's do this. Let's pull her over so we've got her face in there, and we're kind of losing some of it, but we can also make it smaller So I'm going to take this down a bit. And now we've gained some of it back, and I think enough. I think enough. So it's kind of, we've got that person there. Got the tip of the shoes, but that's okay because we have these other shoes here. And there you go. You've got your sequins, you've got all your stuff. You can kind of do a little, just make it a little bit smaller. And then let's give it a twist the other way. Let's go this way with it. Just to give it a little fun. And we'll bring the 5 p.m. forward. Actually, we'll just send this back, send this one back. Position backwards. Okay. So now that's in the back. It's behind the 5. The 5's easy to see. And you've got kind of a fun one. So you'll be able to choose which one you want to use, or you can play with it a little bit more yourself, because I'm going to ask you to send me your email address in the back channel here, and I will add you on to be able to share this and edit it. And it's yours to play with. Yeah, you're so welcome. So now let me just say goodbye to everybody on the StreamYard. Thank you all for coming and being here with us on the StreamYard. Let me make sure there's no messages. I don't. Go to comments. Awesome idea. Hi, April Watts. Nice to see you. Igor, hi. Elaine, hi. So glad you guys are watching. Thanks for watching. And I'm going to remove that and say, see you next week, y'all. Bye-bye.